Two, one, two, one, two, one, two. That truth is in the building. Let me shut this down. I'm trying to see. All right, we are live, I guess, because I was trying to see why it wasn't showing on my page. What's happening? What's that, my little big cousin? Somebody just sent me. Hold on, is that a friend request? Do I know you? Okay, Lacana, what's up? What's up, baby? Yeah, we live. What's going down? I seen some pictures that you took. You dig what I'm saying? It was dope. And let me get to my chats. Man, I gotta do something real quick though. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. What's going down? I had to turn all the rest of the fans off so we could hear, and then I could put like one of the cool like mellow fans on me. Anybody remember? I just won these glasses. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. And we look fresher with the glasses that I just won at the fundraiser. Don't hate on me because you ain't never won nothing. Mad at, your, at yourself because your name didn't get called and Bear Truth did. They was like Sugar Bear. I was like, who is Sugar Bear? Like, okay. So if you've seen the the commercial, um, I did a lot yesterday. A lot. When I say I did a lot yesterday, I did a lot. Barbershop been going crazy as usual. Thank God for that. Shout out to the barbershop, man, and just my clientele from hell. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Just saying I got some people that rock with me that won't let nobody else cut their hair but me. And so I got to be thankful for that because when I be working that third shift job, like say for instance, I might have told you before, but I'm gonna give it to you again. Like say I go in Thursday night, right? And then what's up, my day one? What's up, Loco Los? I try to FaceTime you back, man. I took the girls out to eat. Me and the girls, me and Wizzy and Nubia, we went out to eat and stuff like that. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, so Thursday I go in at 10. I get off at 6:30. First haircut was like at about 7:15. You dig what I'm saying? Then I had another one at 8 and it just didn't stop. So for Friday, from the time I got off at Craft all the way into 7:30 at night, the last haircut ended at about like 7, no, about 7:05. I cut hair from that type of time. See what I'm saying? The cool thing about it is that I'm at the crib, so in between cuts while I'm waiting on appointments, I can sit down. But the appointments is back to back, so it's always 2 to 3 haircuts crammed into like an hour. You dig what I'm saying? And so it's never a dull moment. And so I said all of that to say that I thank God for that because that's the grind, you know. But on the flip side of that, then I'd be tired. And so I think what I'm going through now is like I go through these little phases where I work so much, I put in like so many hours that when it's time for me to go to sleep, my mind just won't shut down. It won't go to sleep. And then I kind of injured myself at work. And so I twisted my back doing something that, you know what I mean, I don't know. Can't talk about that. But meanwhile, any which way it goes, I've been popping like little pain pills trying to, get comfortable so you can go to sleep. You dig what I'm saying? And so taking them and then trying to get comfortable to go to sleep. And then when I finally do get to sleep, it's like I just black out for like hours, and then I wind up missing stuff. And so again, I missed church again today, but I needed the rest, I needed it. And so, um, shout out to the barbershop, the craft, keep depositing them checks because that in the barbershop, that's a blessing to God. Now, this weekend, man, um, I named the podcast "We Are Human: The Good, the Bad, the Ugly." Um, I'm gonna hit you with like a what's up, Ruthie? Man, I'm chilling. I know it's like this right here. Every time I miss church, my church family always reach out to me. Don't you know that's one of the coolest things about going to Mount Sinai? Not only that, but Pastor Livingston, man. I mean, when I tell you, you really get fed. And then I listened to the service today live from off my phone. and the other pastor too, the deacon. I sit behind him and his wife. You know, he gets down too. One thing about him, dude is super knowledgeable. So I might not have shared it, but if you go to my page, I think it's on there. Mount Sinai. Check out his sermons too today. But I love it. Like when you go back and they be like, "Hey, we missed you last Sunday. Like, where you at?" It's nothing like feeling like people, you know what I mean, care about you. You know what I mean? That's like one of the best feelings in the world. Like a sincere, like give you a hug, like how you doing? You know what I mean? You all right? And so keep that in mind, man. Check on people sometimes when you ain't heard from them. You dig what I'm saying? Local Lows FaceTime me today. That was love. We need to talk. We ain't chopped it up in a minute, man. So make sure you checking in and you tuning in with your family, man, every now and then. Me and the girls, we went out to eat. And that was something that I want to start doing more with them, man, and sitting down and chopping it up, you know. When I first came home, it seemed like every time we went somewhere, we damn near fell out. You dig what I'm saying? We go out to dinner, and then we wind up falling out. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. She said, "Yep, cuz your seat was wide open." Laugh out loud, right? And every time I come, they know exactly where I'm going. But yeah, but I love my church. I love the people at church. And it was just like today, my back felt like it wanted to come apart. Like, you know what I mean? Like it felt like it was about to separate. And so that's another issue that's going on. But yesterday we cut hair. You know what I mean? The haircut started like early, and it went down again on a Saturday. I couldn't even get everybody in because we had to get to the fundraiser. Let me tell you about that. So if you've seen the commercial, um, September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, local Los. But you know something, Los? I, here's the thing, people. I get caught up in, you dig what I'm saying? That's another level of the institutionalized when you come home from prison. Shout out to Quam. Um Cola just turned me on to him. Me and him connected. Young man just got out of prison in Georgia doing 12 years. We're gonna collab and we're gonna do something on institutionalized. Now listen to this. Um we always got this mindset that we trying to catch up, like we behind. So I'm always trying to make moves. I'm always thinking about stuff. Let me tell y'all about this. DJ Bear Truth is in the building. I just ordered some DJ equipment and it's coming. You know why? Because people was calling and people was having like little venues or events that was going on and they didn't have no DJ and we couldn't find no DJ. So guess what I'm about to do? I just ordered me some the turntable equipment and I mean that hooks up to the MacBook and guess what? My father DJ. I love music. So guess what? DJ Bear Truth in the building. Holler at you about the prices. Prices might even be like for food. I'll show up and just get the party cracking. Y'all just gotta feed me. You dig what I'm saying? And give me some gas money. Give me my gas back and man, make like the biggest plate you can make. And I'm in there. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. But for real, for real. So back to like local Los. Local Los was saying, don't push yourself too hard, fam. Let me post that real quick. Um, that mind state of always feeling like you gotta go, like trying to save, trying to put up stuff, thinking, you know what I mean? And I think that's what when God was giving me that confirmation on that scripture, Proverbs 3:6, lean not into your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge God, and He will direct your paths. You dig what I'm saying? That is so real. You know, in some verses it says, trust not in your own understanding, lean not onto your own understanding, because sometimes, you know, I think I need to do this, I got to do this, I got to be doing this and that, and the only thing I'm really doing is running myself in the dirt. Sometimes I done had so many projects on my plate that I try to do something that I just didn't even get nothing done. You dig what I'm saying? So it wasn't the quality things that I know that I can do. And so I still gotta learn. I gotta learn how to fall back and slow down. And so that's a message for somebody that's out there. You might need to hear that today. You dig? Um Yesterday was a beautiful day. If y'all seen the little video that I did, a short take video, it was I was hanging out with my big cousin Yo. We did the sickle cell awareness. We talked about it the one Sunday. She advertised it, and then it jumped off yesterday. And man, did I have a blast down there. Listen, so I'm leaving the barbershop. I gotta leave the barbershop, then I gotta go try to find me a handkerchief. I tell you about my friend Londa. She turned 50. High school buddy. We grew up together. Me and her brother was locked up, so I had to show up and support her for her 50th birthday party. I'll talk about that next. So I gets down to Harrison Street to the sickle cell awareness thing, right? And so soon as I pull up, I see people eating. So you know me. I'm going right in there and I'm going to give me some food. I told y'all a little bit about this little testimony. I'm gonna give you a little bit tidbit more just to make it make sense. Okay, so I had money in my pocket and it's from the barber shop. And so it's just like, you know what I mean? I got like even money that I like to take to the bank that I want to deposit because you got to get these receipts to say, okay, this is what you do in a week in the barbershop because I got an LLC for it. So they was like, make a small donation and then you just eat. You just come and you sample food. So I'm like, okay, I really wanted to cash app a donation. That way I could have just pulled it out of the bank and I could have just did it like that. But then she was like, we don't trust that. So now I gotta go into my pocket. So I don't pull out all this crazy looking money. I go to the bathroom. So as I'm counting it, it's like, okay, this is even. I'm gonna put this over in there. And then I was still trying to tuck like a little bit off of that. Like, okay, the t-shirts and the handkerchiefs might cost me and like this, like about this much over. You dig what I'm saying? So let me put that to the side. Now here goes another little even, and I'm just gonna throw this in a donation. This is cool. And a small little voice in my head just kept on saying, throw it up, throw it all in there. I'm like, like I said, man, like sometimes when God be telling you stuff, man, it be like you be hoping like your mind is playing tricks on you, like you know what I mean. And I know when it's that little voice, I know what He's telling me, and I know that this is to be true. This ain't no lie. You can believe me if you want to. You don't have to believe me. That when you listen to that little bitty voice, when you listen to that quiet voice of God urging you to do something, it's always out of your comfort zone, and it's always something that you ready your typical flesh, your body wants to go against it. It wants to pull against it, right? But I noticed that like in times that when I had been obedient to him, he'll show up and show out for me just to let me know. He'd be like, listen, I told you to do that. You did that. Now look, now let me show you something. And I ain't just talking about with money. I'm talking about with careers, with jobs, with like people. I mean, it's like different things, like even with this car. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I done seen him move in my favor, right? So I go to her. I get me like two sets of raffle tickets, and I just folded it up and I gave it to her. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I walked away, and I was like, wow, that was pretty decent little donation. You know what I mean? And not decent as it could be, but I'm just saying, you know, I work. I don't sell dope no more. You know what I mean? Everything counts for me. You know. All right. So listen. Now I make my round. I'm coming through the tables and I'm getting it in now. I feel like I done made my donation. I'm about to eat. I want pie. I want to taste this pie. Ken Ribs was there. You got to have Ken Ribs. That's the little bro. He goes so hard. So we be at work. I just bought a slab of ribs from him like last week. So when I see that pan, I went hard on them. But man, they had all kind of nice little stuff like vegan sandwiches. Cousin had this like little shrimp like little cup with like cucumbers and cilantro and all types of stuff. And man, that stuff is so fire. I dumped some hot sauce in that cup with the little fork. Man, I smashed it. So I'm running around. They looking at me like I got like little bitty plates all over the place. So I'm like, I'm eating. Then I get to this lady table. Come to find out, she is my cousin, Tay Williams. What's happening? Tasty treats. So she's got these cookies, and she's like, these cookies is $1. So when I find out how much the cookies is, they're like, okay, I want three. And I pulled out some ones and I'm like, I set them on the table, you know. And now I see this cooler and I'm looking in the cooler and I'm trying to get me a pop. So then when I lift back up, she was just like, you gave me $7. It's only three. I was like, dang. Okay. So I gave her another dollar and pulled a five. I was like, thanks for being honest. And the first thing she said, she was like, nah, because I need my blessings. I like when God bless me. You know what I mean? And that right there kind of warmed my heart that, you know what I mean? She knows how important it is. Like when you doing stuff, you got to be mindful that somebody is always watching you. So it's always good to have integrity, even when ain't nobody around. Have like morals, like them stand up morals. Like when ain't nobody around, it's always good to be on your square. And I mean, I fall short sometimes. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it was good for her to say that. It kind of reminds you, like, man, stay on your square. So now I done ate good. I done got blessed. You dig what I'm saying? She didn't kind of confirm some little things. So I feel like I'm having a good day. I ain't gonna even front. I'm having a good day. So I go outside. Me and Cuz flick up. Beautiful event, man. DJ Candyman is over there. They got tents. Tony Bogan. They selling the sea moss. They ran out. I couldn't even buy it. Another lady was selling like bracelets and stuff like that. Then I had ran into Isis. Now Isis had jumped on the last podcast that me and Yo was doing about sickle cell awareness, and she was just like, "Somebody catch me up." She was like, what are y'all doing?" And man, thank y'all for telling me this. Somehow her and Yoda hooked up, so she got a stand out there now. Shout out to the Bear Truth Podcast. Man, we making connections, synergy, politicking. Ain't no telling who you might meet on a podcast. Tune in, boy. You might meet the president. No, but for real, for real. Listen, she literally tuned in that day when we did that podcast a couple of weeks ago. And now, when I got up to the thing, she was out there with a book stand. And I bought a book for it. She signed it. You dig what I'm saying? And I like that because to me, she means something. You know, when I see a black author out there selling books and I wish I had my book on deck. It's somewhere over there with that basket that I won. You dig? Now, so me and her take a little pic, and dang, I forgot to post my pic with her. I got so many pics I didn't put them in the commercial. But listen, okay, so she's selling books. So as she's selling books, I find me a seat. So now I'm trying to smash all this food I got. I got pops, I got barbecue sauce, I got cookies, I got caramel cake, I got all kind of stuff going on. Then Yo starts saying, "Well, we gotta announce some of these raffle tickets because some people got places they gotta go. So let's do a few raffle callers." First person they call out, Sugar Bear. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I gotta put the food down." I go in there, I done hit the jackpot. I won a big old basket. Man, listen, hold on. I gotta show you this. Boy. Hey. And don't hey listen, don't be mad at me because I'm ecstatic. Cause you ain't never won nothing. You dig what I'm saying? But listen, so Yo finds this basket for me. This basket got like wine glasses in it. You dig? It's got wine. I don't drink that. It's got a candle. I'm definitely gonna bust this candle. It's got shower gel and stuff like that for men and for like women. So it's sort of like damn near like a date basket. And so the whole time when I win the basket, the first thing I'm thinking in my mind, I'm just thinking like, man, like thank you, Lord. You know what I mean? It's just like it couldn't have been. Man, I'm just having a blessed day. The barbershop is jumping. I done came in here. I done got some good food. I done made a donation. People is in here speaking positive. I got a book. I done took a picture with Isis. You know what I mean? And you right, Local Los. That was inspiration for me to get the book going. You dig what I'm saying? Because now she writing the book. So now if I put some stuff together, I got another connect that I can sit down and talk to, and we could chop it up about the book. Then her guy I've been knowing this dude from way back in the days. You dig what I'm saying? And he just jumped on my page. And so it's just like we had a blessed time. The food was good. The energy was good. Auntie, she was there. Josephine. So I seen her on the lawn. She was eating some ribs. Gave her a kiss and a hug. And so shout out to Yo, man, to what y'all did yesterday. And all I was trying to say, man, more people should have probably showed up to that, man. Because sickle cell awareness, people need to know about it. They don't, you know what I mean? Or what people go through when they struggling with sickle cell. And so we are human. Uh Sometimes life just throw you a curveball and it might be like a bad situation to have to deal with. But you got good people like Yo that's standing up and you know what I mean, fighting for situations like that. And you know what I mean, and putting her uh gifts that God gave her on the line, saying, "Okay, God, you gave me this. Let me give you this tool back to the community." And then she shouted out, you know what I mean, all the people, the supporters and people that rock with her and do everything. And she gave glory to God, man. And so it was an awesome event, man. And I wish a lot of people would have showed up, man, because we could have really put on, for that right there. I just think that it was super, super serious. And when you got there, it was well organized and it was just love in the air. And so that's it. Quad Cities, remember that, man. If you didn't make a donation, maybe you can make a donation. Then you probably seen um, us get fresh. Yeah, we got fresh yesterday. Happy birthday to Yolanda Sanders. Turned to 50 like last week. And so she had her birthday party at the Eagles Nest reception hall yesterday. And it was dope. It was really, really dope. The colors was purple, black, silver, and she wore all white. So when you're looking at the video and you see all white, I started to cut another video, but for time purposes, I couldn't. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post a story, but I don't want to take away from what she's gonna drop. She had a guy there that was doing a live video, and like he was doing like little short stories and stuff like that. Cutting like videos so he can probably edit them in with that. And so I got like a lot of ideas for like parties and stuff like that from that situation. And so I had a little lady friend. She wanted to go to it was a sneaker ball, and so you had to dress up, and then you had to wear like tennis shoes. And so being that she from Mississippi, she been down here for like a little while. Um, Her brother got kid by some of my people, some of my family and stuff like that. So we got purpled out, man, and we went in that thing fresh, and man, we had fun. Just kind of sit back and watch the atmosphere. Ran into my man Poop. K Dot, what's happening? One of my day ones, my day one Precy, he was up there singing. Um, I should have edited a lot of more of my videos and put some more of that stuff out, but I got to go to work and I only got an hour. So I wanted to just highlight Yo for the sickle cell awareness. Jump on her page. If you can still make a donation, man, make a donation to what she's doing. Sickle cell awareness is for this whole month, and the colors are burgundy. So jump in there and be a part of that. You might know somebody. From my understanding, just the knowledge and stuff that I've been reading up on it, hereditary could probably come from like a parents or something like that, and it's got something to do with your blood cells. But a lot of times when people suffer from sickle cell anemia, they go through like stages of like pain. They don't have like really good days. They have some days where they going through some pain, and it can affect the way that you live, and it can affect your attitude. It can affect you being at work. 'Cause, you got a job. Not too many people care nothing about your personal life or what you got going on. So be mindful of that, that you know that you could take something like that, and you got Yo who can take the situation, build awareness to it, raise money for the event. Shout out to Londa and that birthday party for inviting us to the sneaker ball. And so that's where the purple and suit came from yesterday with the Air Maxes. And my lady friend, she had on some dunks with the little purple. So we went out, and it was just nice. It was just nice to just show up for Londa. uh, the little story that I told, you know what I mean, on the video, I got to give it to y'all. So me and her brother, we was locked up. So I just did 6 years flat with him. You dig what I'm saying? We just did like 6 years flat. I came home in 21. Yeah. So me and him had been doing time down like at Newton since like 2015. Yep. And so we was down there, and so family transy. So we wash clothes together, we break bread, we eat and stuff like that, all the time. And so when she did that, I had to come and support the thing. I got a chance to see his son. His son was there, and so took pictures with them. But listen to this. So we Seven Deuce. So if you from Seven Deuce, you know the projects. You know the number 6 bus. It used to pick us up first. The only way you can kind of beat us to getting on the bus back in school is if you jumped up like at 5 o'clock in the morning. You had to catch that first bus and catch it when it come around. Now, when the number 6 bus pick us up, then it would shoot through Ridgeview and shoot through all the other neighborhoods and pick up all the other kids. So we sitting on the back of the bus and we killing people. We ain't giving them no rest, bro. I'm talking about everybody that jump on the bus, we got something to say. Me being the smallest dude, I got the loudest mouth and the smartest mouth. Well, we got these 2 girls that was from Seven Dudes. Can't call out no names right now because that would be shaming. But these girls was considered pretty girls back in the day. You know how the mixed chicks is. You know what I mean? They mixed, so they got the good hair and they light skinned. They was thick, even in school. Probably from junior high through high school, they was thick, and so they had like a little buzz. You know what I mean? And so Londa, Londa get on the bus. We used to call her Londa Faye. Londa get on the bus, and she got to stand. So by the time the bus pick her up, she got to stand. So she got her book bags and stuff. It could have been one of the mornings, man, where Londa was running late, but something was going on where they was talking about her shoes. And when so when Londa caught word that they was talking about her and her shoes, and they was trying to be funny, and they was trying to crack jokes, and they was trying to laugh, Londa Londa put her books down, walked to the back of the bus, and just grabbed one of the girls, start pounding her in her face, start beating her in the face. So the other girl, her friend that was sitting next to her, as soon as she got done pounding her, she turned to her, pounded her too, grabbed her by her hair, and just was just going back and forth, just grabbing her by the hair, just beating them in the face, just taking her time. Went back, picked her books up, and stood back up on the bus like it ain't nothing. The whole bus was quiet. Like what just happened? Like sometimes leave people alone. Everybody is not to be played with, fam. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes you can mess with some people and they having a bad day. You don't know what's going on in their life. You dig what I'm saying? And you get to calling them names and you get to joking. But when she was beating Shorty up, the other chick, she just sitting there. She her friend. Now she's sitting on the side. So she turned and she grabbed her and started beating her in the face. She gonna say, dang, I didn't even have nothing to do with it. I didn't even say nothing. She was like, so what? You with her, you gonna get it too. Like, man, and beat them all up. So that's one of my fondest memories of Londa. But Londa was always like a big sister to me. So me and her, like, we clicked. Like, she would tell me like some of her friends who liked her or whatever. You know what I mean? And so um she all like, oh, my fun friend, she think you cute or woo do. And it was cool by her being the big sis because if I ever had smoke with girls, like you don't want no smoke with Londa. You know what I mean? She'll come through and slap the whole slap the whole crowd down. You dig what I'm saying? She beat up dudes. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's one of my fondest memories. But me and Londa, we always been cool through the years. I grew up with her family, all of them, you know what I mean? Whether it's the maids, whether it's the Sanders, you dig what I'm saying? All of them people is good with me. I love y'all, got a lot of love for y'all. And last night, thank y'all for inviting me out. And man, we went through that thing and, we had fun. And so that's what it was. Now, what you say, Ruthie? It's the quiet ones you have to worry about. Laugh out loud. Hashtag got hands. Listen, and here's the thing. Londa is super duper cool. She's very funny. She's very down to earth, and her heart is big as ever. Like if you cool with Shorty, she will give you anything. She love hard. You dig what I'm saying? And she's super duper sweet. But she is not for the shenanigans. She is not for play, and she will fight. And so stop and keep your little smart words to yourself. It's 7:30, man. We gotta switch lanes. We gotta talk about something. It's gonna be kind of ugly, but we gotta do it. And so I gotta show y'all a video and I want y'all to watch this video, and then I gotta take some notes on it because I watched it like one time, and then we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna give you my opinions on it, and so let's just get to it, man. I'm gonna show y'all this video, so everybody check it out. Remember, we are human, the good, the bad, the ugly. Um, all of us make mistakes. Everybody in this life, in this world, has done something wrong, and what I mean by we are human is that if anybody reads the Bible, if you go to church, and when Eve listened to the serpent and she ate of the fruit, shared it with her husband, that had to be like one of the biggest disrespects to God. You know what I mean? He created these people. We all got kids, and we done seen our kids do some disrespectful things or something that might have broke your heart. But when somebody tell you, "Do not eat of this, and the day that you eat of this, you will surely die." He didn't just say don't eat of that, but then he gave you a whole forest to eat from. So a lot of times people got misconceptions on what that fruit was. Is that really true or what it was? But from that right there, that's how sin came into this world. And now you got humans with the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you got some people that's here on this earth and they messed up. You dig what I'm saying? And they really messed up. And some people is being influenced by somebody. The serpent is still busy today. He influencing some people. So I'm gonna show you this video, and then I'm gonna give you my take on it. And if y'all want to do a part two, if somebody else got something that they want to say, we can do it because I know it's not gonna sit right with everybody. All right, let's go.
Ruling and verdict. Count one, murder in the first degree. The court finds the state has met its burden of proof in this case. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed murder in the first degree. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant acted with malice of forethought and willfully and premeditatedly and with the specific intent to kill Breasia Terrell, shot her on July 10th of 2020. and as a result of being shot, Breasia Terrell died. Thus, the defendant is guilty of the crimes of murder in the first degree. Accordingly, the court, based on the testimony of the witnesses and review of the exhibits offered in this case, finds the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, guilty of the offense of murder in the first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 707.2, paren 1, paren B. Count 2, kidnapping first degree. The court finds the state has met its burden of proof in this case. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant committed kidnapping first degree. The court finds beyond a reasonable doubt the defendant removed Breasia Terrell on July 10th, 2020 from the apartment in which he was caring for her with the specific purpose of inflicting serious injury upon Breasia Terrell. The defendant knew he did not have the consent or authority of Breasia Terrell to do so, and as a result of that removal, intentionally subjected Breasia Terrell to serious injury, that being death. Accordingly, the court, based on the testimony of the witnesses and a review of the exhibits offered in this case, finds the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, guilty of the offense of kidnapping first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 710.2. It is therefore ordered and adjudged and decreed that the defendant, Henry Earl Dinkins, is guilty of the offense of, under count 1, murder in the first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 707.2, paren 1, paren B, and guilty under count 2, kidnapping first degree in violation of Iowa Code Section 710.2, as contained in the trial information filed by the state of Iowa. It is further ordered an informal pre-sentence investigation report shall be prepared by the 7th Judicial District Department of Correctional Services. The PSI shall be electronically filed by noon 3 days prior to the date of sentencing. It is further ordered sentencing in this matter is scheduled for October 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is further ordered the defendant is being found guilty of forcible felony shall remain in the Scott County Jail pending sentencing without bond. Thank you.
Yeah, that's rough. But at the end of the day, you hear the cheers. So first thing I want to say is to Aisha, that's my little cousin. I haven't seen her, haven't really like talked to her, you know what I mean? I just remember her when she was a baby. So when I came home, I haven't got a chance to like, you know, uh sit down and rap to her, especially not during a time like this, you know what I mean? I wouldn't really know what to say except for some Bible scriptures or just pray with her. I know she used to go to school with my daughter, so she is family. But it's just like my cousin Bob, which would be Briasia's great grandfather. You know what I mean? He was married to her great grandmother Shirley. Have you ever seen like when like people is hurting and you can just like look at their facial expressions and know that they hurting? You know what I mean? Because he came over and my mom was telling him about the verdict. I don't think he wanted to watch it on TV. He didn't really want to do it, but you know what I mean. There used to be he used to sit around or he used to tell stories back when they used to talk about Breasia back when the thing was first happening. How at the barbecues and stuff like that, man, how, after they do a cookout, how little Breasia would be one of the first kids that would help him clean up the yard or clean up or pick up and stuff like that. Was like a big helper. You know what I mean? And so just looking in the face of somebody who's got fond memories of Breasia, you know what I mean? Like that's his baby, that's his little grandbaby. You dig what I'm saying? And so, a grandpa, they love their kids, they love, especially their daughters, and when you when you look at somebody's face and you see that pain, you know what I mean? That's that's undescribable. You really you can't get ready for that, and it ain't really nothing that I can relate to. You know what I mean? I can't empathize with that one. You know what I mean? Because I've never been through that. But I can tell you what, that hurt a lot of people. What happened to Breasia hurt. I'm talking about the whole world. My auntie and them in Indianapolis, CNN and them, they watching what happened to Breasia. And for this town to be so small and to have something like that hit so small, you know what I mean? I'm constantly I'm praying for you, Aisha. You know what I mean? Even though we haven't sit down and chopped it up and met, just know that, I'm the big cuz. I love you. You know what I mean? And hey, if you need anything, y'all just holler. You know what I mean? Y'all just holler and just say the word. I mean, only thing we can really do is pray. And then when you hear like a situation like that, you know, some people was like, man, I wish we had the death penalty. He need to be executed. He need to go through this. He need to go through that. And everybody's right to their, have a right to their own opinion. Now, the one thing that I wanted to say is that it would take too long. I mean, you would have to do a Bible study. God is a just God, and so when Adam and Eve sinned in the garden, they gave dominion over to Satan. And so now we living in a world where we're gonna see some horrific or some egregious like crimes that's so horrific that it's like, come on, man, are you serious? You know, and this is the part that pissed me off about the whole situation. Is because, you know, I was in a situation where, I was lied on and I went through some stuff and I got myself into a jam. And I mean, my situation was flip sided. I had a person who I guess was just living for the moment, and just told some lies, and boom, we got wrapped up. Me and my guy got wrapped up, but I wound up doing 15 years because of what this person said. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I did do is when I talked to my mom, me and her always rap. You know, I'm always hold myself accountable for anything wrong that I do, in this world. I don't care what it is. And if I can go and make amends and I can go apologize, I'm going to go apologize. Did you see Fam face in the courtroom? They reading off the verdict to him and he looking up in the sky and he's as if he's bewildered or like he's baffled that you just got hit with first degree kidnapping and murder in the first degree. See, and this is reason why I want to say that we are human, the good, the bad, the ugly. And this is why. Because what he did is horrific. Like if they cut him loose anywhere in Iowa, they probably gonna put hands on him. They any camp in Iowa, whether it's Animals or Fort Madison, they gonna stomp him out. They're gonna try to kill him. So they probably gonna have to send him somewhere else. You know what I mean? I don't think he can go to a camp in Iowa and be safe unless he's just gonna literally be in PC, and that might be risky for him. But here's the thing, Breasia, when I say rest in heaven, when I did that, you know, God got her. There's a scripture in the Bible that says when Jesus was talking about the kids, he says, "Woe unto anyone who causes one of these little ones to stumble." He says it would be better off for you to tie a millstone around your neck and be cast into the sea. So first thing first, y'all got to remember is that God loved children. So you don't really got to worry about the legal system handling their part. God is gonna handle his part too. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody gets away with nothing. You know what I mean? And so um that's one thing you can be for sure of. And so, but I like where the law comes in. This is one of the times where the judge, we was happy that he made his decision and he made his ruling because now her mom get a chance to feel like some type of justice was done for her baby. You know what I mean? Because you gotta live with that. She ain't, you know what I mean? She ain't gonna never get a chance to hold her baby again or hug her baby again. You dig what I'm saying? You right, Overstreet. He said PC will not help him. He marked. You right about that. You dig what I'm saying? He marked. And I mean, fam done been to the joint. I don't think he can go anywhere where they ain't gonna try to stomp his head out. You know what I mean? And if they got a weapon when they get to him, they gonna stab him. I hate to say that. I don't want to speak that into existence, and I'll tell you why. Because when you watch the verdict, it's hate. You dig what I'm saying? It's a bunch of hate. God got Breasia. One day we all got to leave out of this earth anyway, and it don't matter whether it's car accident, whether you was murdered, whether you died of natural causes, whether you died in your sleep. There is a day that's coming where everybody's gonna leave. It's unfortunately that Breasia came when she was at a precious age of 10 years old, and it shouldn't have. And then where we mad at, it should never, no kid should have to, worry about that. You shot this baby multiple times and you raped this baby. You know what I mean? And I want to stay away from that because it'll be mixed emotions about that. But this is what I want to say. That attitude that fam had in the courtroom, and he's not fam, but I'm just, speaking in general, that attitude looking up in the sky, and then that attitude as if the judge got it wrong and that man, he's actually innocent. That's like a demonic spirit that's on him, because that's a demonic spirit that would have the thought that a 10-year-old could arouse you. That's a demonic spirit to go and have sex with this girl. Call her over here, and her brother is your son is her brother. Now, how? Come on. So now she's at your house and she gullible. She feeling like she's hanging out with her stepdad because this is her brother. She hanging out with her little brother, but this is her. You, if anybody's supposed to be protecting her, you supposed to be protecting her. So now you know how kids are. They trust whatever we tell them. They don't know no better, especially at the ages of 10. If you tell them, man, we going to the store when you get out of school. When they get out of school, when we going to the store, they don't know nothing. So when you got her and you brought her over to your crib, it was you was under her, she was under your protection, so therefore you are the parent, you was under her supervision, and you took your supervision, fam, and you did something so horrendous, man, that's the reason why I'm shitty. Because then you'll get some people out here, what I mean, they'll point figures and they'll put other people in your box, boy, and you in a box by your own. You dig what I'm saying? And the only thing I can tell you is that shit is demonic. That's demonic, to do that, to even have your mind aroused for a 10-year-old, and then to go through all the judge was saying, trying to be savvy, thinking that he's smart, buying rope and bleach and stuff, and trying to bury and trying to cover your tracks. And then after you get the verdict of what you just did, you looking all up in the sky. Now you looking like you in disgust, like you got it wrong. Come on, man. We humans, man, and we can sit up and we can say, listen, I'm glad I'm not like him. I'm glad you know what I mean? But here it is, man. Ever since sin came into this world, we done seen some foul stuff, and we're gonna see some foul stuff. That's the reason why, man, I be trying to tell people, man, get that relationship with God, because God is the only source that can keep you sane. Cause listen, I wish I had more time. I wish I wasn't really working like I've been working, because then that way I can give you another Bible study just to kind of unfold how this thing is working, and we don't see it behind the scenes on how much really he don't have no power for us that's in Christ. Christ is coming back and snatch the power from Satan. So I'm talking spiritual now. I'm in the spiritual realm. So Christ is coming back and snatch the power from Satan. But for the people that's walking around that haven't accepted Christ, from our belief, this is from a Christian standpoint, our belief in God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. This is our belief. It does not necessarily mean that he's just going to overcome your body and make you go do some horrendous stuff. But if it's in a person's heart and he can make them act out, you dig what I'm saying? Say if you got a problem, say if you're alcoholic, say if you a drug head, say if you got some issues going on, ain't no telling what he might play or have you do out, or play out into this world, to a kid, to people, from where they're walking up in a store, shooting up a store. You dig? You got people that's going in there like the dude. I drew the picture of the Sandy Hook with the kids from the Sandy Hook thing when I wrote the song called Innocent Blood about that. Like when that lady walked up to that school and the polices wouldn't even let her get to the school to check on her kid. If you'd have seen the look that was on that lady's face, like, what do you mean that I can't go in here and get my baby? And all I keep hearing is that a man just went inside of school and shot kids. He shot all of these little 6 and 7 year old kids, first graders and kindergartners, just went into the classroom and shot them. Come on. A school is supposed to be a safe haven for kids to go and learn and get educated. When you drop your kids off at school, ain't nowhere in the world you thinking about, oh, I gotta come back up here because somebody then came into the school and shot my kids. Same thing, man, with the situation right here, man. Come on, man. That girl is precious, man. That beautiful little face, her little eyes, man. You dig what I'm saying? She's supposed to be life, man. She's supposed to be out here playing. She's supposed to have a right to go to school, to grow up, to, you know what I mean, graduate, to just, come into a young woman to be grown. Ain't no telling, who she's supposed to be in this world. But one thing that you can be sure of is that God don't lose. Everything comes back to God. You dig what I'm saying? Everything comes back to God, and He's going to deal with everything on the surface. And so that's all I can tell you right now, Aisha, is that your baby is in heaven with God, and she's precious. And so she's in a better position than what we are. But right now, we hurting because she don't deserve that. You know what I mean? No kid deserves that. No human deserves that. That's not nothing nobody's supposed to go through. You know what I mean? And especially not when you allow this kid to spend the night with their sibling. And so then the look that he wants to give the courtroom when they judge and they find him guilty. And so street, you already know what it is. He gonna get double life. He gonna get double life without parole because kidnapping first degree carries life. Murder first degree carries life. So he's gonna get 2 life sentences, and that's it. And so the people that's wishing he would got the electric chair, got it executed. I don't even know if they do they even do the electric chair no more. No, I don't think they do that. I think that's too gruel. I think they might do the injection, you know what I mean, or the gas chamber or something like that. A lot of people feel like he should be executed. And now here's another on the flip side of that I just gotta give to you. Don't you know that every day that guy wakes up inside the county jail and get ready to go to prison, don't you know that he can still turn himself into God and ask God for forgiveness? He'll never see the streets again, but he still got another chance to ask God for forgiveness. You know, but he's got to come to terms with himself. See, one thing about the heart, and one thing that God will not make you do, God will not make you love Him, and God will not make you admit your wrongs. You did. He gave you free will, and so we as humans, the good, the bad, the ugly, we can have good days. Like last night, we went to Londa's 50th birthday party. That's a good celebration. To see 50 years is a milestone. I hope that he bless me next year to see my 50th. That's a good situation. The bad, some people are stuck with sickle cell anemia, but you got the good people like yo that's raising awareness for the situation, raising money, taking situations and dealing with it. But then you got the ugly. You got people that's out here, you just excuse my language, you just out here fucking up, and you bogus, and you remaining bogus. You dig what I'm saying? As human beings, people gonna do man. Everybody that made some stupid choices. Now your choice might not been as stupid as his, and maybe you ain't sick like him. Because anytime that a kid arouses a grown man, he's sick. He needs to go somewhere and get him some help. You dig what I'm saying? If a baby arouses you and makes you get erectional, you need help. You dig what I'm saying? That's sickness. And now, when we go back to the garden, when Adam and Eve gave dominion over to Satan, you ushered in all of these diseases. You ushered in all of these weird feelings and all of these psychopaths and all of these different things that's going on. Two people brung sin into this world. We are humans, the good, the bad, the ugly. Man, we're going to have to face it until Christ come back. Only thing I could tell you to get right. Now, back to what I was saying with him. He's got a chance. God is waking him up, saying, listen, come holler at me. That don't mean that God ain't going to get him right. But then again, guess what we don't get to do? We don't get to play God. We don't get to say what should happen to him if he asks God for forgiveness. You know what I mean? You don't get a chance to do that. Now you can be able to say, "Oh man, the Christianity it ain't real. I don't believe in Christianity." Man, to each his own. I don't care whether you're Muslim, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're atheist, whatever you believe in life. This is what I believe. This is the bare truth. So I'm just giving it to you raw. The dude from Summer of Sam that went around Brooklyn shooting up all the people. Dude went to prison and he got saved. And now he's preaching for God and he's trying to wake people up. If Henry Dinkins can take accountability for what he did and say, I'm sick, let me go get me some help. and maybe catch, some of them shorties that's in there. You're gonna run into some more sick-minded people. Catch them and try to be a mentor to somebody and try to help them. Y'all might be saying, all right, man, fuck Henry Dinkins, man. He should die. He should get stabbed. He should get killed. That ain't up to me. That's up to God. I don't get the chance to make that decision. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what? Henry Dinkins got kids out here and he's got family, sisters and brothers, sons. I, they should send Henry Dinkins money. They should put money on his books because they're his family. You know, y'all probably said leave him out to rot, leave him out to die. To do it, man. We don't get to make that choice. One thing we can be happy for is that the law is there for a reason, and that's one of the reasons. That's one of the good things about the law. That when you do something stupid like that, and I ain't gonna say that's stupid. That was horrific. That was one of the worst situations we done probably faced in the Quad Cities. Now, he gave him to the max of what the law is in Iowa. Henry got the max of what he can get. He got found guilty of murder in the first degree and kidnapping first degree, and he's gonna get a double life sentence. He'll never ever see the streets again, and that's a blessing. You know what I mean? Because a person sick like that, that's a blessing. He ain't got no help, and then he's sitting in the courtroom and he looking all stupid and looking like he disgusted that he got a verdict like y'all got the wrong one. Who else is moving and like you, boy? Ain't nobody else moving and thinking like you. You did too much, and you know you wrong. You know you wrong, man. I don't get that. That's the shit that I don't care for right there. You dig what I'm saying? Grown men's like, um, I can't say no names again, but I uh I had made one time a inappropriate comment to one of my friends. You know what I mean? And we cool. We go way back since single digits. Like grew up together, Arsenal Courts. And first thing I could do when I recognized what I did was, hey, we never opened up the door for this type of conversation. That's my bad that I took it there. That person might not want to forgive me. That person might not ever want to speak to me. Like, damn, why would you say something like that to me? Sometimes everybody makes some stupid decisions, and you can't expect people to forgive or to, you know what I mean, to do what you feel like should be done. You know what I mean? That's one thing you can't do. You can't hurt somebody and then say, well, you should forgive me. You should, you know what I mean? Nah, you don't get the chance to say that because you don't know how bad you hurt them. You don't know what the hurt did to them. I would say this: if I was you, I would learn how to forgive people and learn how to turn it over to God. What up, cuzzo? And how to turn it over to God because unforgiveness will eat you up. You dig what I'm saying? I remember a person telling me unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting the next person to die. So when you sit in with unforgiveness, it's like it ain't gonna do nothing but hurt you. Do y'all remember homie uh who brother was sitting in his crib and a police officer went inside the wrong apartment and she shot him because she thought that he broke in. Come to find out, she either lived upstairs or she lived downstairs from him in the same apartment, but just on different floors. When dude was in the courtroom, he asked the judge. He said, "Can I ask you for a favor?" He said, "Can I go over and give her a hug?" Now she had just killed his brother. You did, and he went over there and he hugged her because what you got to do, you got to release, and you got one thing you got to try to figure out in your life: is God who He said He is? And if He is who He said He is, know that He's in control. He didn't fall asleep on the throne. Jesus didn't fall asleep. God is still there. God the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Nobody took a day off. They seen exactly what happened to Breasia and Henry Dinkins. According to the law, he got everything that he deserved. He got 2 life sentences. You got wiped up off the streets. A lot of people wish that he would have got more. And man, listen, if he'd have been in Florida somewhere, he would have got it. They would have killed him. You dig what I'm saying? But in Iowa, he got what he gonna get. Now, from me and in the Bear Truth point of perspective, what I'm just trying to say to y'all, he keep waking up every day. He's disgusting to me because he won't hold himself accountable. You steadily trying to look up and breathe all hard and try to act like you didn't do nothing to this baby. You wrong, bro. And you gotta go. You gotta, man. You know what I mean? You wrong. And I don't, and it probably ain't nothing that he could say to Aisha or nobody anyway that's gonna ease over their pain. It's probably gonna take some time. But man, you wrong. You wrong. You don't got the right to look up into the sky and to try to act like you didn't do nothing, man. Like that's the again, excuse my language, that's the fucked up part about life. You know what I mean? You got some people out here that's just really, really ugly. You dig what I'm saying? Um, and I get you, cuz. Cuz says he don't deserve to breathe. So let me fill you in on the conversation, cuz. This is what I'm saying. Every day that he wakes up, we already know, and you know as well as I do, that nobody wakes you up except for God. So can we actually say that God still don't have a purpose for his life? No, I can't say that. Only thing I'm saying is this right here. Henry Dinkins, man, take some accountability, you know? Take some accountability. And the only advice I can give to you is, man, get out on your knees and pray to God. Because what you took from off this earth was so precious. I mean, and I think most of us feel it because we got kids and we got grandkids. And so when you think about a baby, and then this beautiful girl right here, it's just disgusting all over the board. It ain't nothing cool about it. Shooting her, throwing her in the mud, trying to hide her body, then telling people they ain't gonna never find her body. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like that's a sick person, y'all. He's sick. But like I said, the topic of the podcast today is we are human. The good, the bad, the ugly. Everybody ain't as ugly as him or they ain't as sick as him. But dude is human. And you're gonna see some more sick stuff. That ain't the sickest that you're gonna see. My advice to y'all, man, is get a relationship with God, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because we supposed to be protecting our kids. And on that note right there, shout out to my man Overstreet. One day I'm gonna bring you back on the podcast. You gotta tell these people about what you got going on. I'm not gonna speak on the specifics because that's your thing. And I want you to come back and give it to him full throttle. But he is getting ready to do something awesome for the community and for the youth. And I just want to let you know, man, I'm supporting it, man. Anything that I can do, man, to try to uplift these kids, man, and encourage them and let them know, man, to be the best that you can be because we don't know who God has put in our presence. Could be the next president, the next doctor, the next surgeon, the next lawyer, the next, you know what I mean, person that's going to spin this world around, the next creator of the next big invention. And not only that, but these are our babies. These is our kids, man. We supposed to help them and mold them and stuff like that, man. And so I got to tell you, um, that didn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? Just his facial expressions. And so um, just be mindful of that. It's a lot to think about. If somebody want to come up and y'all want to speak about it, man, let's speak about it. Let's go ahead and get it off your mind. And then, matter of fact, we should probably talk about that because, you know, I spoke a little bit about like the R. Kelly situation. And then, here's my thing right here, right? People, when they hear about people who do horrific stuff, you know, they shoot insults, I mean, in the air as if, all right, man, that person wrong. That person did this, that person did that. And it's just like, man, don't you know you come from the same and we from the hood, so we'll say we cut from a different cloth. Like, I feel like our generation was like the last of a dying breed. They don't really make them like us no more. You know what I mean? We survived the dope game. We survived the 90s and the 2000s. And so what we seeing right now is like, I can't get it. I mean, even my daughter, she even know, this generation now is rough. But I'm talking about from a mentality of being a human being. Don't let it. I ain't gonna say don't let it shock you. Don't let it surprise you. But I'm talking about we just gonna see some more, horrific stuff, and it's gotta happen, man, because sin is in this world, and it's gonna happen until Christ comes back, until He puts an end to all of this. We're gonna keep on sinning. And the only thing I can tell people, man, is just like, man, if you see people and if you notice something sick in their life, man, get them people some help, man, and be mindful of like, who's watching your kids and who you got your kids around and what they doing, man. Everybody out here is not right in the head, bro. They not right. They ain't got it together, man. And people is man, we just like we just living, man. We drinking, we lit, we turned up, we smoking, and it's like, man, people is out here killing kids. They snatching kids up. I'm telling my grandson that. You know what I mean? Like about a couple of months ago. Like, fam, be mindful of where you going and what time you come in this house and what time you move around. You got sick people out here. They doing that. You know what I mean? And so the devil, he got some people out here where he got an influence over some people. He got demons out here and they sick and they doing stuff. And some people just sick in the heart. And so they can easily be influenced by demonic presence. Like if you ain't got yourself together, you dig what I'm saying? And you ain't, and you sitting up there pointing your finger at him, I'm telling you, you messing around, man, and get on some bad drugs or something like that, man. Satan will influence you to go kill somebody. You'll be waking up looking at the judge looking crazy. Dude, and sit up here and had sex with this 10-year-old girl, then and got scared and then took her and then shot her and did all of this stuff, went to Walmart and bought all of this equipment trying to hide her body, really thinking that he gonna get away with it. Like, are you like, man, your ass is stupid. Yo, man, you so stupid. It's like your big grown stupid self. Boy, you could have went and got you a prostitute. You could have went and found you anybody. Why would you do some dumb mess like that? It's like, man, that you know what I mean? And then now you then got found guilty. You want to look like that. Like, ah. So it is what it is, B. We are human, man. And shout out to the people that's trying to make a difference in the world. You know, I mean, if I can help you in any kind of way, man, please believe Bear Truth is there. Because I know what it's like. I done seen some sick people. I done met some sick people. I was in prison. And, you know what I mean? Um, COVID had hit, right? Excuse me, real quick. COVID had hit. And so they had this one guy, man. He was responsible for going around like every 15 minutes and he would like spray the door handles and keep the door handles sanitized and stuff like that. Now listen to this. This dude raped a 5-year old girl. He did like 8 years in prison, got out, and went back and raped her again at the age of 13. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm saying that is because as sick as that is, and it's really real, it's really real. He raped her when she was 5 years old. Did about 8 years in prison. Got back out. Now I don't know who in the hell let him back around the family. I don't know if this was a family member or whatever. But he got back out and he turned around and he raped her again at 13 and he killed her. No, true story. God is my witness. He killed her. And so he's doing life, right? Now, I don't know how much time he been doing to the point to where he was walking around. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you know, how people just kind of like telling you people's story. Now, I knew he had an elbow. I knew he had all day, but I just didn't know what his story was. All right. So during COVID, he coming around and he's spraying door handles and stuff like that. And so as people talking about it, when you look at his demeanor, he's living life like nothing. As if he don't got a care in the world, man. He back to living like, and you know he know that prison is it for him. He ain't going nowhere else but prison. He know he ain't gonna never see no more sunlight, no more nothing, no more daylight, nothing. He know that this is it. It's a wrap. He ain't gonna get no more from after this. But that's just him. And so what am I trying to say? It is some sick people in this world. You know, you got some ugly, ugly, intentional people that's out here that's doing stuff, man. That's another good reason to stay on your square. You know what I mean? You sitting up drunk and high. You dig what I'm saying? And you don't even know you got some people that's in your house that's predators. That's preying on you know what I mean? Come on, fam. It's like that, bro. And I ain't talking about like that's how it's supposed to be. I'm just saying it's the world. We are humans. People have sinned and who's to say how it got that bad? But it's like that. I could tell you stories in the Bible. Remember when the two ladies brung they beef to Solomon and Solomon was squashing the beef? The two ladies, they was going through a famine and they decided to cook one of the kids to eat one of the other babies or something like that. And then when the lady fell asleep, the other one tried to take her baby and try to say this was her baby. You dig what I'm saying? Solomon had to squash the beef between these two ladies. They had agreed to eat one of the kids. You know what I mean? Because they was hungry. And then when the other lady, and I'm just saying, this is a true story. You know, so Don't think that it ain't sick people out here. They are out here, and you're gonna see some more. So him just being in the courtroom, being like that, it just let me know you sick. You really, really sick. You done did something horrendous, and you don't have no remorse for it, man. None whatsoever. So, ah, Aisha, man, Danisha, Danita, all of y'all, man. Earl, you know what I mean? Jimmy, all of y'all, man. That's y'all little niece, and Danita, that's your granddaughter. You know what I mean? Paul, I know y'all hurting, and I know y'all got a little bit of justice. Cousin Bob, y'all got a little bit of justice by him getting double life, by him getting swept off the streets. I just say this, man. God got it. God gonna handle him, and can't nobody handle him like God gonna handle him. And man, I'm just gonna keep y'all in prayer, and just know, man, that you know we all gotta leave. But Breasia left a little bit early, but she is with God. We know that for a fact. She is with God, and I bet you she's smiling now. And I bet you ain't nobody hurting her now. So that's the only thing you could take away from that. And so, my brother, he asked me, was I going to speak on this? You know, he was just like, man, with the verdict and stuff like that, how come you didn't say nothing? So, it's the Bear Truth podcast. I got to give it to you raw because, like I said, Odysseus said, my heart is so heavy for our children, broken. Hold on. I want to read it first. She says, this is Odysseus. She says, my heart is so heavy for our children, broken heart. I have an open door policy for anyone and everyone, the good, the bad, and ugly. If I can help in any way, I'm open to help. Whenever, however, I thank you, Bear. You are a great voice to us all. Love you. Hey, I love you too, Odysseus. But you know what? That's one of the reasons why I had to speak up on it because you might have somebody that's sick and you just ain't went to the degree that Henry went to. Man, go get you some help. If kids arouse you, go get you some help. Don't hurt nobody's baby, man. Don't do that. The kids, like she said, kid, man, don't no kid in this world. Nobody deserves that. No woman, no man, nobody deserves to be raped, molested, killed, or whatever. But I'm saying not the babies. If a kid is turning you on, man, go get you some help. And like I'm with you, DC. I'm like, man, listen, if you need to inbox me, holla at me. You dig what I'm saying? I'll try to figure something out for you. And I'm gonna keep it discreet. I'll never disclose, your business to the world. You dig what I'm saying? Now people are like, oh man, you always talk about everything on there. The reason why I talk about everything on the Bare Truth is because man, we trying to listen and we trying to learn. If we don't rap and we don't chop it up, man, people keep everything so bottled up and bottled in. And next thing you know, you wondering why your blood pressure high, why you crazy, or then why you one day you snap and then you go off the end and you don't hurt people. Because man, people scared to talk about it. You know what I mean? People scared to bring like real life issues. You never know what you talking about that somebody else is feeling and they might help you. Oh, DC, I think that's love, man. You dig what I'm saying? And you send a great voice. God is great, and I just thank God that He using me to do this. People that know my story, and I'm gonna get my testimony probably again coming up like shortly. When we go through maybe. Cause I'll be out for like 2 years here coming up like next month, and I might talk about that. Some other stuff, situations went down in my situation, and I want to speak up on it, man. And but like you said, we need to. We need to, man. We gotta try to figure out. Don't wait till it happened, and then now everybody want to be like pictures, justice for Breasia. Oh, we praying for the family. Let's try to stop this shit before this shit happen, bro. You seeing some sick people right there in your circumference, right there in your area, right there in your crib, right there in your home. Some of your blood peoples are sick. Some of your fathers, uncles, mamas, cousins. Some of your kids are sick. What you gonna do about it? Cause it's your kid. You gonna overlook it cause it's your kid. You gonna overlook it cause it's your cousin. You gonna overlook it cause it's your boyfriend. You gonna wait until something happen and then y'all gonna be looking crazy. Come on, man. Straight up. Look at that. Asia was with Henry, spending the night with her little brother, thinking that she cool. Like she spending the night with her brother, like she just being a big sister. I'm gonna go hang out with my little brother for the night, spend the night at his dad's house. Man, she thought she was protected. That's the last thing in the world she thought was gonna happen to her. Motherfucker gonna take me out somewhere, man, have sex with me, and then kill me. Come on, man. And here's the situation. Everybody knew dude had problems from back in the past. You dig? Yep. And everybody be wondering, like, okay, man, I was in the club, and my man said, dang, he was like, you mean to tell me you don't drink no more, man? He said, you don't drink nothing? And I bought him a drink last night, right? He says, you don't drink nothing? I said, no, man, cranberry and ice. So when it was my turn to get him something, I got him what he wanted. And this was not last night. It was, can't remember when it was. It was I think it was Friday. My cousin Lawrence, he was in town. 90. Shout out to the class of '93, Rock Island, Rocky, the class of '93 and the class of '88. They was out and about. That's where all that traffic and all the people was out and stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Milestone, the people that made it back to their class reunion. But make back to the story. He looked at, because we grew up, we seven dudes. I'm talking about, he grew up with me when we used to run inside Quick Shop, and everybody used to grab an 18 pack and run out. Like when we used to go up to Slagos and rob Slagos for Mad Dog 2020. Oh, DC, you remember them days, the Mad Dog 2020, and be back at the big park on Seven Deuce at the age of 13 getting drunk. I came in, in the house when I was 13 drunk and threw up on the floor. My mom looked at me. It was like, when you wake up, you're gonna clean it up, and you go and you go into church in the morning. You dig what I'm saying? But alcoholism run in my family, and I didn't know that. And so at the age of 13, here I am running around drinking Mad Dog and doing this and that. And I was just telling my daughter tonight, when we left from lunch, we went to Applebee's, me and my two girls. The youngest one, when I was dropping her off, I was telling Wiz little stories that used to happen when I was drunk back when she was 3 years old, and asked your mom about my little behaviors when I went through drunk. My brother, remember I was telling you about his little situation when he was drunk at the family reunion. Nobody takes a drink and then thinks, oh, I'm about to show out on the family. I'm about to cuss the family out. I'm about to fight. I'm about to jump on my brother. Nah, you start drinking and you thinking, man, it's love in the air. It's family reunion. We about to have a blast. When my brother don't drink alcohol, he's one of the coolest people on this planet. I'm talking about fam is so quiet and so laid back, laugh, he can keep a conversation about anything. But then when he goes through his little phases, my daughter and them got a chance to see a part of side of him that wasn't there. And it's just like, she thought like, man, they scared of him? Nah, it ain't that you ain't scared of him, but you just like, here we go. And so how I knew it, the Garner situation is like, when we go through our phases, we bite that bottom lip. When I seen him biting his bottom lip, I looked at him, and it's like I seen this one before. I seen it in my uncle Lil Larry. I seen it in my uncle Dickie. I seen it in my dad. I done probably did it too. We was drunk. We was off our square. So when I get drinking and I get off my square, I make bad decisions. I make bad choices. So guess what I don't do? I don't drink. That's it. It ain't, oh man, you don't drink no more. I can understand it. No hard feelings to y'all. I'll buy you a shot, but I'm drinking cranberry and ice. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, family? What's up, Salisa? But I'm drinking cranberry and ice, and I have no problem with it in the club. And Periana, stop hating on me too. Trying to tell people I'll be in the club like I'm drinking like cranberry and ice, like I'm doing something. Nah, I ain't doing nothing, and I ain't trying to be like nothing. She gonna tell my daughter. She gonna text her daughter like, I seen your dad. He got a cranberry and ice, and he swear that he like, nah, that's what I do. And the bartenders, they know it too. Matter of fact, at the Skylight. Fam, and then when I ask them for a cranberry and ice, they don't even charge me. They give me that at the Elks. If I step up in there, they don't even charge me. They're like, oh, that's it, man. Take this and get on out the way, Bear. You dig what I'm saying? And I love that. You dig what I'm saying? I love it because that just go to show that you respect my decision. You know what I mean? So I said all of that to say this: if you're sick and you got a problem, man, you got to get you some help. You got to get you some help, because we're dealing with all kind of things. I don't care if it's sickle cell, if it's, if alcoholism, you know what I mean, whether you got a temper, maybe you're abusive with your mouth, maybe you out here and you got a fetish for little kids, you sick, you got to go get you some help. That's not normal. Go get you some help, man. And so we human, whether it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me see what OTC said. Hold on, Yolanda, She says, "Fam, I'm gonna hit you up later because what I gotta say ain't gonna sit well with some. So we will have a private No, you can say what you want to say though, because you know what? You deserve the right to say what you want to say because people have mixed emotions. You dig what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be able to say it. You dig what I'm saying? It don't sit well. Now, I can understand what you're saying because I think we did have a conversation because what I don't want to do is I don't want to get on here and then start accusing people for what they should have done or what they, you know what I mean? Because it's past tense now, you know what I mean? So ain't no sense going back in the past and, you know what I mean, thinking about what they could have did. But I do believe you got a right to be as angry as you want to be and you can say exactly whatever you want to say because one thing about you, I know you I know you're gonna say what you want to say. I know you're gonna say what's on your heart. You know what I mean? And that's one of the cool things I love about you, cause you're gonna keep it real. And everybody gonna tell their truth. Um, she says, I'm a child care provider for 27 years and won't give up to help any way I can. God is good all the time. Let's get together and give these children a safe place for real. I love all your being, Bear. Bless you. Hey, but you know something? That's really real though, DC. And I think real recognize real. That's all it is. You dig what I'm saying? Real recognize real because you feel the way that I feel. You know what I'm saying? And like so many other people that's probably feeling the way that you feel. Some people like to stay in the cut. Some people don't even like the limelight. They don't even want to talk about how they feeling or what they going through. You know, Yo is vocal. Yo will give it to you whether it cuts you like a knife. She'll give it to you. But one thing I say about you though, cuz you your heart is so good that if you do speak about something, somebody had to really piss you off. You know what I mean? And when you get mad, if that's how you feel, I think that you should get it out. I think you should get it off your chest. You dig what I'm saying? So Lisa says, I am beyond proud of you. But well, no, y'all, please. I understand what y'all saying though too. But listen, it's God. You dig what I'm saying? That 15 years knocked the wind out of me. And so when he set me down, one of the things he's got to telling me, he was just like, listen, you know who you are, you know what you did, you know what you didn't do. the My support team that was in my corner, they know what I didn't do. And they knew me. You dig what I'm saying? My mama know me. See, my birthday is March the 4th. She's March the 11th. If don't nobody else know me, my mama know me. You dig what I'm saying? She knows, like, boy, you was drunk. You made a stupid decision. I ought to slap your face. You dig what I'm saying? I ought to slap your face. But my mama know me. You dig what I'm saying? And so certain things is out of my character. You dig what I'm saying? It's like I love women. You know what I mean? And not like talking about like playboy status. I grew up great grandmama, grandmama, my mama, Auntie Diane, my sister, my cousin Toya, my cousin Tammy, my little cousin Toya, two cousins Tammy. So I'm saying I always grew up in a house with women. You dig what I'm saying? And so, you know, I just love them. You dig what I'm saying? I love my people. I love my mama. I love my sister to death. You dig what I'm saying? I love my peoples. So now my daughters and them, if you just, they know as as long as we ain't falling out about them doing something that I disagree with or them feeling like, oh, okay, well, you too overboard, because sometimes I am too overprotective. The- I wanted to show you the picture that I took with Nubia. So Friday she calls me, right? And hey, what's up? What you doing? Yeah. What's your name? People was asking about you and stuff. I was just trying to see where you was at, what you doing. So usually, like if I go somewhere and I see her, this is what I do. I give my baby a hug because she here, she in my presence. I give my baby a hug. I don't drink. I buy her a drink and then I get out of her way. You dig what I'm saying? That's the routine. I'm gonna give you a hug. I'm gonna get you a drink. No, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna get on away from around you and your crew. Her peoples is cool. Her friends, they respect me. I love them. They love me, and that's how that go. I just get away because she 30 and she's an adult and she do her thing. But why did she pop up on me? I see her. She pulls up on me. She got on a shirt, and when I looked at it from a glance, I was like, "Now, damn, I know damn well this ain't no see-through shirt." And you pulling up on me with no see-through shirt on, but it's a shirt, but it's got the pictures of breasts with the nipples and stuff showing. This is what the picture of the shirt is. And so from afar, it looked like she was walking up on me like naked. Like I ain't really ready for this. Like I don't know whether to be father or be a gang leader or what. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, so when I looked at her, I'm like, man, and she walking up trying to give me the hug, and I'm trying to look at her shirt like, I don't know whether this is still on you or what. Like, I know damn well you didn't come out the house like this. And I looked at it's a shirt. And I'm like, then the first thing she want to do, take a picture of me and my dad. And I'm like, here I am. I'm putting my arms around her. And I'm looking back at the picture. Look at her story, man, and look at the picture. I'm like, sheesh. And then you see Wizzy when she went to Chicago, she wearing the shorts and Wisdom Unique is with Wisdom Unique, and I'm outside, and I'm like, man, listen, I'm trying to for real, Celeste. I don't know. Sometimes, man, I don't know whether to be a father or a gang leader. Like, man, we set tripping for real, for real. You done violated the code or something. You need to be violated, like for real, for real. I don't know what be going on, but they they my daughters, and I said all of that again to just say this: I don't care what you read or what you think or what you think you heard. To the day I die, I'm like you, Odysseus. I'm just gonna love hard. I'm gonna love people. I'm definitely gonna look out for kids. And I'm definitely, I told God, when you send me home, you dig what I'm saying? I get it. Get away from the liquor. Get out them streets. He gave me like too many talents. Y'all seen how good I've been doing without selling dope. You know what I mean? And on that level, I'm proud of me, but I'm also more ecstatic with who God is. Because a lot of the things that y'all be seeing me do, y'all walk with me on the podcast and y'all see me like show you see, I be happy about winning baskets. It's like like I was telling my daughter today, she was just like, yeah, I was like, well, I ain't got another car note until January of next year. And she was like, dang, you done paid the car up for the rest of this year. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm used to selling dope. I don't want no payments. I don't want nobody coming back and trying to take nothing from me. You not about to roll up and repo mines. You dig what I'm saying? So I didn't know no better. I went I went and paid September, October, November, and December. So I got to holler. I got another car note January of 2024. I don't know no better. But I'm telling you this because I'm trying to adjust to this life of, okay, it's cool not to drink. It's okay to work a job. It's okay to hustle to cut hair. It's okay. I'm about to be a DJ. I got DJ equipment coming too. So bear truth. I might be pulling up on you. I might have, you know what I mean? Then the portraits. I'm trying to find time to do everything. But look at, I was saying that because God was telling me, He said, look at all of these things that I put inside of you. And all you doing is waking up, drinking, and selling dope. That's all you doing. Like every day you waking up, you drinking and you selling dope and you think you cool. He was like, man, you can write poetry, you can write books, you can be inspiring, you can be, man, never once did I think I could be doing a podcast and hundreds of people listening to me. You know what I mean? And you ain't listening to me, you just listening to God. I'm just giving it to you raw. It's the bare truth. I'm telling you what He told me to tell you. I'm doing what He showed me to do. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm just coming home. And so when you see me be like obedient, like take that money and give it to them for that donation and don't worry about it. Then guess what He just did? The first raffle ticket that was pulled, Sugar Bear. Here, man, take the basket, go home. You done had a good day. The barbershop been rocking. You know what I mean? You got to go to this little thing later on tonight. Come on, man. You done ate good. Here go a basket. What else do I got to show you to let you know I'm in your corner, man? Do what I told you to do. So what am I telling y'all, man? Do what He tell you to do, man. If you sick, go get you some help. If you see some sick people like Odysseus said, help. Man, we do. We spend too much time hurting people, man. We spend too much time out here, like, you know what I mean? It's like we got all the knowledge and all the get go on how to get lit, get drunk, get high. You dig what I'm saying? But who know how to, you know what I mean, call somebody back and say, listen, man, I apologize. You know what I mean? I was out of character when I said that to you. That was bogus. You know what I mean? Listen, can you find it? Forgive me. Go back and give somebody a hug. Go, you know what I mean? Go, man, it's easy to be a fuck up. I'm telling you, man, I spent a whole lot of years doing that. That shit is easy. Easy peasy. For real. But I'm telling you, you know why it's so hard to get up and try to do the right thing and be obedient? Because then the enemy really at you. See, he don't care nothing about you when you out here and you ain't doing nothing. You just in the way. You dig what I'm saying? And he can use you on the playground. You're just out here. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making no noise. You ain't encouraging nobody. You ain't inspiring nobody. You ain't said nothing's positive. All you got is hate on your heart. You negative all the time. So that's the reason why you don't run into some of the conflicts that I run into. It seemed like every time I turn around, it's like some stuff like in 1 week, it seemed like, okay, I could tell y'all this good stuff. But then in 1 week, I got nailed. And I ain't even tell y'all this. So let me give it to y'all raw because this is the bare truth. All right. Wake up Monday morning. My mom go back to the hospital. So now listen. I've been telling you that I got the insomnia thing and I ain't been sleeping well. Well, I've been taking these pills called amitriptyline and they be helping me sleep. These pills knock me out so hard that when I go to sleep, I'm done. Man, do you know that the paramedics was upstairs in this house taking my mom to the hospital and that my sister was calling me? So I said, I got a missed call from my sister from Atlanta. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe she want to chop it up. When I did wake up and call her back, she was like, she in the hospital. And I'm like, for real? And I called her. She was like, I'm all right. I called him. And but it's just like, you mean to tell me you got these people all in the house and here I am sleep that I don't even know that my own mama going to the hospital. A couple of days after that, guess what? Child support went right back through my bank account and clapped me again. Hit the checking account and clapped me for half of it. You know what I mean? And here I am trying to save. Remember, I was talking about the Atlanta trip. I go visit my parole officer on Wednesday. Well, I talked to the parole people down in Atlanta in Georgia, and their laws is a lot tougher than they are down here. And so one of the things they're gonna want to do, they're gonna want to put you back on an ankle monitor for probably like about 6 months. No, you no, you not. Yeah, right. You ain't putting me on no more. You know what I mean? For real. I ain't come this far. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, that's some of the hardships she was telling me. She was just like, it's a plus. I think you should still go. I think give me the addresses. Let's check them out. But it's just like I I'm tired of living with that over my past. I just gave y'all 15 years. You dig what I'm saying? When y'all gonna leave me alone for that? You dig what I'm saying? It's time to leave me alone, man, and let me live. I'm trying to get somewhere and breathe. But I'm talking about in 1 week, it was just upset after upset. And every time she go to the hospital, I get nervous because I know she's on the oxygen tank. I know she's having problems with her breathing. And it's just like, man, I do not want to hear this news. I ain't I ain't going I can't get ready for that one. You can what I mean you can think you're ready, you can act like you're prepared, but you can't get ready for that. And ain't nobody ever ready for child support to just keep going into your bank account, seizing like half of your money. You dig what I'm saying? So that ain't cool. And then, when you talk to them, and it's just like every time I see them, they are, man, you doing so good. We're so proud of you. Every time I pull up, they want to drop me or whatever. They no, it's like, man, I walk in there, man, give me that cup. Like, let me go get you some piss. You know what I mean? Because I know you ain't about, you know what I mean? It's certain things in my life that I'm done with. You dig what I'm saying? It's certain things that's in my life that I'm done with, and it's over with. And I kind of want them to be done with me too, so I can get on, you know what I mean, to it. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out the country and I want to go overseas and little stuff like that. My goal was to get down to the ATL, try to get this cracking with this public speaking. And man, I don't know. God is so big and God is so awesome. I just don't know what the next move is gonna be in my life. But next year with his will, I'll be the 5-0. You know what I mean? If he decides to wake me up on that day. And I just want to from that point on out, I'm stacking and trying to put stuff up together. Like right now, from there, man, I'm talking about, man, I'm about to give the world everything I can give it. I'm talking about I ain't trying to stop until I see a meal ticket because I can do it. It's in my wheelhouse. If you can get a million, how come I can't? You ain't the only person that could be a millionaire. Why shouldn't I be one? You dig what I'm saying? I want to have a house. I want to have my grandson set up. You know what I'm saying? Managed and crazy as he is, I want him to still be set up. You know what I mean, for life. You know what I mean? I can do this. You know what I mean? I'm for real, for real. I got the talent, I got the drive, I got the ambition to do it. I'm gonna do it. As long as he keep me breathing, he didn't already showed it to me. You dig what I'm saying? And so it's just I don't know. I had a funky week, man, and so I didn't get a chance to do the podcast. So I didn't get a chance to lay it on y'all. You know what I mean? I didn't get a chance to come back and just tell you some of the funky stuff. And so I gave you yesterday because yesterday was a good day. What she did was beautiful. Londa, happy birthday for the big 50. That was beautiful. And then we had to speak about Henry. You know, we are human, man. Oh man, we done went for like about an hour and a half. We are human. The good, the bad, the ugly. Odisi, I think you said something that's so real. You said that you're doing whatever you can do to try to help somebody. Man, you got to. Let me see what Loco said. He says, I know the feeling, bro. I was in the hospital last week for 3 days for the same thing. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? She said, you can come see me when I'm in Africa. You think I won't? Come on, man. Think I don't want to go to Africa and eat rice in the village out of a bowl with my fingers with the with the rest of the homies with flies everywhere. I don't care what it is. I want to live how people is living. You dig what I'm saying? I want to get over there and see it. If we building a well, if we just teaching African kids how about the Bible, I do not care. Do y'all got electricity? I'll come over there and cut y'all hair. You dig what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta use razors and you know what I mean? Anything. Had a hard time catching my breath and breathing. Oh man, you better, man, Loco Los. Come on, fam. You got to get that together. She said, your message is powerful. I'm thankful for you. Let me ask you this, Odysseus. You were supposed to be cooking a Sunday dinner and let me get a plate of your food. What's up with that on the podcast? I got to hold you accountable. Thank you. But no, I appreciate your words, Odysseus. You know, we go back. We've been knowing each other ever since we was like 12 years old, 12 and 13 years old. So, I mean, you done seen the progress. You see what God is doing. And so that's what it is, man. You know, God is just moving. You dig what I'm saying? You know, it's just, and I was telling Local Los today, he had hit me and he said something. He said something, um, bare truth, the myth, the legend, or something. I can't quote what he said. But however it goes, Local Los, I responded with, man, thanks, because Local Los been there with me too. You know what I mean? We done been up and we done been down, so he's seen it too. It's just, you know what's cool for me? It's cool that we got a chance to see the turnaround. You dig what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying? It's glad, it's good that we got a chance to turn around Lowe's. You know what I mean? And now when I say that, don't think that we perfect, because we're not. We're not saying that like, okay, we got our shit together, because we don't. But I'm saying that we turned around. You know, and it's a beautiful thing when you turn around. Like what I was trying to say with Henry Dinkins, bro, you got to get somewhere inside one of them cells and get on your knees, man, and you got to cry out to God. You did something that was so bad. You gotta turn your heart around. Your heart has got to be turned around, because that's evil. And don't nobody got to worry about his punishment. God is going to deal with him. And like I said, nobody can deal with him like God is going to deal with him. He just got a little bit of it through the law. You know what I mean? Now watch what I'm telling you. Come October the 11th, two life sentences serve um concurrent. You dig what I'm saying? Where no, they're gonna be served consecutive. They're gonna say consecutive. Two life sentences served consecutive. So if you do finish in this life, we want you to be we want you to be in prison in your afterlife. So that's what they basically saying. So watch what I'm telling you. Mark my words. Two life sentences to be ran consecutive. So yeah. So Lisa, I love you too, sis. You know what I mean? It's good whenever you can testify about God. You know what I mean? And you can give him glory for what he's doing, because he never ceases to amaze me, And so that's what keeps me high. Just trying to figure out what he gonna do next, how he gonna move, how he gonna show up in my life, and you know what I mean, how he gonna do things. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I ain't got it all the way together, man. But one thing I do know, man, I know how to pray, and I know I love him, and I know he covers me, and I know he keeps on blessing me. And I ain't going back to the liquor with his help, with God's will, with his help. I am never going back to the bottle. I don't need to. I'm cool right now. And people, they dig me now, man. We still cooling. We still having fun. We still laugh. We still chop it up without the bottle. Now we used to have some crazy nights on the bottles. Jew Mac was on here. You dig what I'm saying? Jew Mac, you know how I used to go at your crib on Seven Deuce, getting that money up late nights, pulling the late nighters, drinking, and you know what I mean? You know how I used to do, man. But now it's just I want to live, and I want to do some good. I really want to, you know what I mean? Like when I die, remember we talked about that dash? From this dash until the day that God gets ready to call me out. In between there, I want to be able to say I made a difference, man. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, thank you for like I'm proud of you and the props, because that is fuel to keep going, because now I got more people that's in the car with me that I don't want to let down. You know what I mean? Like my auntie Marianne, she'll make comments and she was like, "Sugar, I love you." Y'all don't understand. You gotta hear her voice in my head, because she raised me a little bit too. I didn't live with her like some of my life, and so even when she makes a comment, I hear her voice. I read her voice. I read her comments in her voice. And so it's always a pick me up. It's always, you know what I mean? That, okay, if I'm having a bad day, you can read something from Auntie Marianne. It's like, you got to keep going. You dig what I'm saying? She going to tell you something, man, you just got to keep going, because it's rough, bro. And the world is rough. We humans, man. The good, the bad, the ugly, man. And so don't give up. Um, don't give up on people. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know. You know what I mean? You just don't know. I cook every Sunday. I got you all the time, anytime. Be safe, love always. Yeah, but I'm just saying, you never told me to come get that plate though. That's all I'm saying. But meanwhile, but like I'm saying, don't give up on people. You know what I mean? Don't. I wouldn't give up on them. As long as they waking up, God didn't give up on them, so I can't like give up on people. So if this hurts anybody's feelings or offend anybody, I'm sorry. I gotta pray for dude because that's what God is gonna tell me. I gotta pray for him. And like I said, he's got family. I would um tell family members, stick by his side. Send that dude some money. You dig what I'm saying? Go up there and visit him. I think I know one of his sons and he's a good dude. Very good dude, super talented, businessman. Go up there and visit that dude. You know, what he did, he can't take that away. He can't erase that now. He can't erase that. Only thing I think he need to do, from my opinion, is you got to have a change of heart, man. You got to recognize that you sick and that you did something sick, man. And you got to, really have a come to Jesus, come to Christ meeting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Lisa said, can't give up on people. Great advice. I'm gonna post that one, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So listen, man. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna do the podcast, but yo, this is what I think we should do. I think we should hit them one more time about the awareness of sickle cell. I think we should talk the about sickle cell itself and about the different things that people go through, how it affects their body and how it does this and that. So you did awareness and stuff like that. But before September is over with, it would have to be a Monday. If you got something you want to talk about, if somebody else that's dealing with sickle cell and y'all want to talk tomorrow, I think I right now I only got one haircut appointment. Um, I think we can do something at about like 7 or maybe 8 o'clock. We can do something about sickle cell. If nothing else, then the last Monday of the month, we'll go next Monday and we can put together another show. And we're gonna do something about sickle cell because we might be able to, bring some awareness to some people who didn't know what was going on, and might be able to give some people some inspiration and some hope. I know, yo, you're an inspiration to me, cuz I love you and I'm grateful for what you did. And thank you for that basket. You did what I'm saying. You see, my one man, listen, I don't play about nothing, especially when they come for free. Straight up. Me, man. I don't care. I take all free stuff, free plates, free food. You dig what I'm saying? DJ Bear Truth is on his way. Listen, man, I love y'all, man. I swear. I promise I love y'all, man. You dig? She said sickle cell lupus, any form of cancer. Love all. Yeah, do it for real. I mean, lupus, you know what I mean? I know some people that I think had it. If I'm not mistaken, I think T-Boz from was dealing with lupus or something like that. And one of the guys from I think from Mob Deep, I think they had sickle cell. You dig what I'm saying? And so yeah, listen, I love y'all, man, and that's for real. I'm not just throwing that word out there just to be saying it. When I say I love you, that's meaning that God created you. That means that we are human, no matter what we done or how bad it gets. You dig what I'm saying? We we gotta love each other. We gotta, if nothing else, I love you with the love of God. You know what I mean? We might not even be on speaking terms, but I still love you with the love of God because man, He created you, and if we come into contact with each other, my hopes is that we can make each other better. You dig what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? If we can make each other better, I think we good. And that's I'm not. I don't talk to people unless we can make each other better. If I can't make you better, if I can't make you smile, you know what I mean, or something, man, come on, man. What are we doing? We just wasted time. We got to be able to, you know what I mean? When you come around me, I want you to be a blast, baby. You dig what I'm saying? Don't make me bring out Bear from the past. You dig what I'm saying? I think I might bring him back out. But yeah, cuz I seen that. Let me see. I got some people I can get on here. Grab them, talk to them, see what they talking about, see when they want to get on here. Let's do it on a Monday for a Listen and Learn Monday. And then yeah, I gotta post that one too, Salisa, because that makes sense. If anybody wondering why I say I love y'all all the time, it's because together we are better. Don't that make a lot of sense, Salisa? I swear it do. It's just seem like synergy, or when we get like together on positive energy, man, it's the best feeling in the world. Like it's like we need to get together more outside of marching, and you know what I mean. What if we just got together? You dig what I'm saying? I'm about to think of like a day party that I can do that'll bring people together where we can have fun, where you know what I mean, even Christians can show up, where we could probably do like testimonies and listen to some good gospel music, and you know it's some good, you know what I mean, nice gospel music with nice, you know what I mean, where we ain't got to drink, we can have food, we can break bread, we might even do like a Bible trivia or something. You know what I'm saying, where people are just in somewhere just doing something good and having fun, because not all the time black people getting together ain't bad, or us getting together is bad. It ain't bad. It's just like some people just make it bad. But I'll tell you one thing about this generation before I go, and I was thinking about this, man, y'all getting everything shut down. You dig what I'm saying? It seemed like back in our days, we used to have like so many little clubs and little spots that we can go to. Right now, y'all running out of places, bro. Y'all out here tripping so bad, y'all ain't even got nowhere to go. I thought about it. I was talking to somebody. I was at a store and they asking me, I was like, nah. I said, I'm taking it to the house. I said, I don't know what to do. They was like, man, we used to go to Deja Vu and we used to go to Daisy Dukes, but they've been fighting out there so much that they closed the parking lot. They don't even want you to come out there. And I thought about it when I jumped in the car. I said, you mean to tell me that, man, y'all y'all clowning so much that the strippers can't even get their paper? Like, damn, y'all messing it up for everybody. Now, I ain't saying that I condone and like stripping or whatever, but to each his own, to whatever you do. But like, it's like y'all fighting at the strip clubs now. It's like y'all fighting everywhere. Like y'all messing up employment for people. Y'all messing it up. Y'all making it hard out here for people. Won't you mess up the block? You dig what I'm saying? Where they out there selling dope or something, you know? Do something like that. Nah, I'm just playing. Because they mess around and mess it up. Next thing you know, y'all be hating on me, have a hit out on me, be out somewhere like, hey, no, I'm just playing. But meanwhile, listen, I love you. I mean that. I'm just not throwing that out. I believe what Salisa said. Together we better, and we should always try that. You know what I mean? We all human. We're gonna make some bad choices. You know what I mean? But we got to stick with each other through the good, the bad, the ugly. We're gonna have to. You dig what I'm saying? And so, I don't know who needed to hear this. I just know that this is what I'm gonna work on in my life with my time. So I got to go to work in like another hour. So I definitely got to go. Love y'all, man. I don't know when the next time I come back. Probably when I talk to Yo and we make another show for Sick Cell. Holla at